From the CISO series, it's Cybersecurity Headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Monday, June 15th, 2026. I'm Steve Prentice. Feds require Anthropic to ban foreign national access to Fable and Mythos. Following up on a story of a product that has dominated headlines this past week, Anthropic has, quote, suspended access to its two most capable AI models, Fable 5 and Mythos 5, for all users worldwide after the US government issued an export control directive ordering the company to block access by any foreign national, end quote. This directive, which was sent to Anthropic late Friday, cites, quote, national security authorities and bars access to both models by foreign nationals inside or outside the United States, including Anthropic's own foreign national employees, end quote. This happened just at the moment that Anthropic started rolling out Fable 5 to all Pro, Max, and Enterprise customers, so this rollout is now offline. Maine disables data breach notification portal after fake disclosures. The Attorney General's Office of the State of Maine has, quote, taken its public data breach reporting portal offline after fraudulent breach disclosures were published on the state's website, prompting a review of procedures to prevent abuse in the future, end quote. The fake notifications related to Discord and the multiplayer social virtual reality platform VRChat, a filing that proved fraudulent. The Attorney General's office said it has now temporarily disabled public access to the breach notification database while it reviews reporting procedures to reduce similar abuse in the future. Companies can continue to submit breach notifications through the reporting service, but members of the public seeking copies of disclosures must now contact the Attorney General's office directly. ShinyHunters extorts universities by exploiting an unpatched Oracle flaw. Researchers from Mandiant and Google Threat Intelligence Group are warning that the gang is exploiting an Oracle PeopleSoft zero-day vulnerability, potentially infiltrating the networks of more than 100 organizations, many of which are in higher education. This includes the University of Nottingham, as we reported on Friday. These attacks date back to at least May 27th, according to Mandiant, and involve the exploitation of a CVE number defect in Oracle PeopleSoft People Tools. The defect allows unauthenticated attackers to execute remote code and take over affected servers. This campaign is still active, and the vulnerability remains unpatched. Critical Splunk Enterprise Flaw Warning. Teams from Cisco's Splunk have released security updates to address a critical security flaw in Splunk Enterprise that could be exploited to conduct unauthenticated file operations and even remote code execution. The CVE-numbered vulnerability has a CVSS rating of 9.8. In select Splunk Enterprise versions, an unauthenticated user could create or truncate arbitrary files through a PostgreSQL sidecar service endpoint. This according to Splunk in an alert issued this week. Cisco says Splunk Cloud is not impacted by the vulnerability as Postgres sidecars are not used in that product. Huge thanks to our sponsor, ThreatLocker. Every security leader is being asked the same question right now. How do we enable innovation without creating unnecessary risk? That's the challenge behind cloud adoption, behind AI, behind automation, and behind every major technology decision. ThreatLocker helps organizations take a zero-trust approach to that challenge, giving them greater control over what can execute, what can access their environment, and what users and applications are allowed to do. That's why ThreatLocker is proud to support cybersecurity headlines, because security works best when innovation and control move together. Pharma company Novo Nordisk reports cyber attack. The Danish pharmaceutical giant says, quote, data related to clinical trial participants was stolen as part of a cyber attack, end quote. The patient data stolen had used pseudonyms, meaning there were no direct links to names or other personal identifiers, the company said. The attack focused on data supporting the company's Wegovy weight loss drug. Although the company, which also manages the Ozempic weight loss product, does not believe that there is an immediate risk stemming from the breach, it nonetheless warned patients to remain vigilant for anything that could be connected to the data stolen during the attack. KPMG pulls report on AI usage due to apparent hallucinations. Professional services firm KPMG has pulled a report titled Redefining Excellence in the Age of Agentic AI after numerous organizations said the report's claims about their AI usage were untrue. The research group GPT-0 identified numerous inaccuracies in the report, which had been published in October 2025. These inaccuracies stemmed from AI hallucinations, which suggests that the firm used AI to help write the report about AI. Companies such as Swiss multinational investment bank UBS, the UK's National Health Service, Swiss Federal Railways, and Transport for London all told the Financial Times that the report's claims about their AI usage were either untrue or misleading. Microsoft fixes Windows update failures linked to WSA installer. This was a known issue that caused Windows updates released since May 2025 to fail when installed via the Windows Update Standalone Installer WSA from a network share. It affects Windows 11, 24H2 and 25H2 and Windows Server 2025 devices on enterprise networks and is not a common method for installing updates on home devices. The company says these issues might occur on devices that installed updates released on May 28, 2025 and later. Microsoft first mitigated this known issue automatically on home and non-managed business devices through a known issue rollback group policy beginning in September of 2025. Ukrainian Conti hacker pleads guilty. Following up on a story we covered in November, Ukrainian national Alexei Litvinenko, who had been extradited from Ireland to the US, has now pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit wire fraud for his work with the Conti ransomware operation. Prosecutors said he helped conduct attacks between 2021 and 2022, during which victims' systems were encrypted, data was stolen, and Bitcoin ransom payments were demanded from organizations in the US and other countries. He is scheduled to be sentenced on September 10th of this year and faces up to 20 years in prison. Remember, if you have a hot take about the news from today or this week on cybersecurity headlines, we want you to send us a 30-second vertical video giving us your reaction and your take on the story. What are we missing? What angle do we need to hit? We want to know. So send it to us at feedback@cisoseries.com. We would love to hear from you. I'm Steve Prentice, reporting for the CISO Series.
Cybersecurity headlines are available every weekday. Head to CISOseries.com for the full stories behind the headlines.